Your quarter 1 suite.
Okay.
Your glow of quarter 1.
Okay. So my biggest glow or my suite of quarter 1 was being on Fox.
Yes.
That honestly, yeah. So backstory, like I'll make it real quick, but I actually recorded that about a year and a half ago. And so I've never done television. I didn't understand the process. And so they were like, oh, we're going to shoot it and we're going to air it this date. And then the day came and then they were like, actually, we're going to push it out. And then it was no date at all. So for a second, I actually thought it was fake. I really, honestly, I was questioning Dom. Sometimes I could lose my mind. I was like, did I even? Because they flew me out to Atlanta. And then I came back, and then they flew me back out to Atlanta so I could record. And so I was questioning if I even went to Atlanta. I was like, did this really even happen? And so I had to look at my phone because I got like a little footage. But honestly, that was such a dope experience. And it's crazy how God works because I'm such a girl's girl. And so they contacted me and they were like, we feel like you would be perfect for this episode because it was specifically for divas. It was for women. And I just felt like everybody aligned. And although I don't speak to those women on a day-to-day basis, like I really made some friends out of them. And I will forever support them in their journeys. And it was cool. Like it was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done in my life. Like I will always put myself in uncomfortable positions because I believe that you have to be uncomfortable in order to grow. But I feel like that was number one of just my nerves. I was shaking on the stage and I was like, I'm sweating. Like it was all those celebrities. It was like Adrienne Bailon on there, and I'm such a cheetah girl, and I was so nervous, but it was everything. So for me to see the work that I did, like honestly on a TV screen, was insane, and I think that was definitely like one of the sweets. Also, of course, turning 30. And we can dive into this, but it's just like I realized the power of.
Well, first on the Fox thing,
Yes.
This is just me being a little bit of a devil advocate. So I'm curious, like now that you're a Fox celebrity,
Girl.
how
Trump check.
she got a Trump
I got that
check.
Trump check.
Have people been treating you differently? Since you were on the big screen and everything, or do you feel like maybe?
I feel like, this is me being honest, I don't think a lot of people believed me before.
Ooh.
I think, and again, I told y'all, I've always had a vision in my head of who I was gonna be. And I've been saying, like, I'm gonna be on TV. I've been saying, Dom knows. Like, I've been saying these things, like, I'm gonna be on TV, I'm gonna do these things for myself, I'm gonna put my family on. And people would like, especially some friends, they'd be like, girl, yeah, whatever.
Or laughing to the bank.
Yeah. I mean, sorry. Let me chill.
You did good. It was like 40 minutes.
I did without me cussing. See, look what y'all did. But Progress. So, but seriously, I feel like people didn't believe me when I told them everything that I was going to do in my life. So now it's put me in a place where I kind of keep a lot of things more private because I don't even want people to question me because I'm human at the end of the day. I might come off very confident, and I think I am for the most part, but I have my flaws, I have my insecurities, and when people laugh and kind of chuckle at my thoughts and my dreams or like the things that I want for myself, it does place insecurity. It makes me question like, but dang, can I even really do that? So I think now where I'm at, yeah, people do treat me differently. Point blank period. Like people, and I don't take offense to it, but people are like, oh, celebrity Nat or whatever, or oh, this or oh, that, we saw you on TV. And some of it, like, I know it's pure hearted. Like, they're literally just supporting, like, even some of the kids at school, like, they learn my dance from the TV show and they'll reenact it. So stuff like that I love. Like, it's super cute.
Can you just give us one move?
What y'all ask? Let's get it crunk up.
Come on.
Have fun up in this dancery. We got y'all open now.
Boom.
Boom. So you
Got to dance for me.
But yeah, so And
ready at all times. This is how ready you need to be.
Always.
If they tell you to
go,
let me see what you got.
Go.
You need to be able to show them.
Yeah. That's what they did. They said, give us something. Shout out to Keisha Cole. I sung her song for my audition tape, so I could do that. But yeah, no. So I think people do treat me a little differently for them, slightly. But I think the biggest thing was just when I did tell people that this is what I wanted to do for myself, nobody believed me. I mean, unless it was like my real circle, my community. Like I knew you believed in me. My mama always gonna ride for me. Like I have some friends. My sister always gonna ride for me. But like outside friends, I'd be like, oh, you know. But now, you know what? I'm not even gonna be messy.
We're gonna take a little positive twist on this because I think that's a good representation of understanding. Like, don't do things with expectations.
Yeah.
Because of course, initially the excitement was like you're gonna be on TV, but then they kept pushing the date out, pushing the date out. And so I feel like living with her, I saw the process of you getting to a space of like, I'm just proud of me for doing it.
Yeah.
Like, if they never air it, I know that I did it because nobody was with her. Like, literally, we could all be like, Natalya's making it up.
Literally.
Until they finally aired it on the internet, and so, or not on the internet, aired it in general.
Yeah.
So I think that was like a beautiful part of it that I witnessed unfold. Like, regardless of if they believe me, don't think I'm gonna be a celebrity. Like, I know what I did.
Yeah.
And then when you did it, it was like even the more like, y'all.
Yeah.
Your thoughts.
Yeah. Shout out to Fox. But yeah, I feel like that was definitely a glow. Turning 30, that's something that I really have to sit with it. Not everybody even sees 30 years old.
Oh my gosh. Great transition.
Yep.
That was so smooth.
That's what I do, baby. That's what I do.
Just slid that in.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. Like,
let's talk about it. Oh my god.
We kind of have to give backstory. I feel like the story would not make sense if we did not give backstory.
Yeah, we got to give a backstory because this was another thing we talked about on the unaired footage.
She's not gonna let it go.
I'm not over it. I want y'all to actually message that man for me.
I'm gonna tag him.
Give us their episode.
Right.
Okay, so we found out recently that one of the, what was his position? Like, he worked for the building that we live in, like the concierge.
Management of the concierge.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe him. So we've been living here for about a little bit over 2 years. And so they've had staff come and go, change, but this was the person that really initially helped us out significantly in getting a lot of the
emphasis on
significantly helped us. I'm gonna try not to go I can't go into detail about everything that we had to do to get this spot or whatever, but when it came to like extra keys, parking stickers, excusing certain bills that maybe we weren't ready to pay, all that stuff, this particular person really, really looked out for us. We found out that he died back in...
So we found out in January. So a girl that used to live in our building, she's a friend too, but she had messaged us and she was like, hey, did y'all hear about what happened to him? And we're like, no. And so she ended up sending us the article and everything, and he ended up passing away in a car accident, like in the wee hours of the morning, like maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, somewhere kind of like deeper into Virginia. And so I think that really just hit me. And this was right before I turned 30. I think this was like January, like I said. So I think that just put a lot of emphasis on life.
He was only 28.
Yeah, he was young.
He was
only
28.
Like 28.
We had a personal relationship with him too, so he may have been pursuing me, may or may not. We may have went on a couple of outings together.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
But because of that, I was able to have certain intimate conversations that allowed me to get to know him in a way that his spirit will truly like live on, as far as what he really opened my eyes to. Like, tomorrow for sure is not promised, but the legacy he left behind, because the lady that reached out to us, she hasn't lived in this building maybe a year. I don't even know. So that was the impact that he had on all of the residents here. He hadn't been working here either for like some months. He had switched to a completely different space. I think, yeah, for both of us, it was just a wake-up call. Then there was another guy that like an acquaintance that we knew that committed suicide in January. And then it's like, threes. We had somebody that we knew from high school that also passed away. And he was about 27.
He was young too. Nobody had even hit 30 yet.
Nobody hit 30. Very unexpected. So I think today, like, we also just want to acknowledge some of these guys. We don't know what really happened, but I do want to acknowledge suicide and how serious mental health is, and just like checking on your friends, not only checking on your friends, but being willing to ask for help, being willing to share and understand that like you're not alone in these journeys. That was a very hot conversation that me and the guy that used to live here would talk about. And so I just feel like even when I went to India, like I had a moment where I realized like I was so caught up in trying to still keep up with what's going on back home. Let me text everybody, let me call. And it was just like, Emmanuel had dreams that he'll never even see. Like, you're literally fulfilling a dream and you still worried about trying to keep up with everything else. And it just like hit me like, be present. Like, you could have not made it here. I could have been Aaliyah.
Even Miss Aaliyah.
Could have been Left Eye. Okay, I'm sorry. Be serious.
Yeah, please.
I'm the type of person that's gonna laugh at a funeral, y'all. And I really don't mean no harm. It's just my response sometimes. Please don't take no offense.
Yes.
But yeah, that's been very eye-opening for me.
It has. So that made me even more grateful to be able to celebrate my birthday and just bask in the presence of being here, because it's never ever promised for you to see tomorrow. And it was like a quote that I saw, and I forgot how they worded it, but pretty much like, you're worried about tomorrow, and it's like that's a privilege for you to even be worried about tomorrow. It's a privilege to have procrastination, because who's to say that you will have an opportunity to finish that? So not to say like, oh, do everything today, but at the same token, just understand that everything's a privilege. Like this breath that you're breathing, this apartment, everything is a privilege. And so just never take anything lightly. And so I just want to say, like, my condolences, rest in peace to
for sure.
all those individuals who aren't here with us today. And like, just make sure your legacy is right. That's really what it boils down to. Because at the end of the day, like, legacy doesn't have to be about your kids. It doesn't have to be about anything like that. It could be just your spirit. So just always.
How did you make people feel?
How did you make somebody feel at the end of the day? Like, when you leave,
I won't remember what you bought me.
Yeah, people are going to be like, oh, she had a nasty attitude. She was burning people here and there. Like, how do you want people to speak of you? And I know not everybody's going to be on your team or on your side, but as long as you try to do right by people, I feel like that's all that matters. So when I think of those people, especially the one that helped us out, let me say his name, Emmanuel, I just think about, like, he didn't have to do any of those things for us.
He didn't.
Just two random girls who drove 1,400 miles from Dallas, and we were lost trying to find a place to stay. And he really just like took us under his wing and helped us out. Whether he was trying to pursue Dom or not, he didn't have to do that. So rest in peace to him. Like, beautiful spirit.
I appreciate that. Yes. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Okay, I have like just a couple more things from our quarter one. So somehow, some way, I ended up being an assistant cheer coach. For
Oh yes. Go Coach Jackson.
Okay, let me stop. But that was such a transition for me, because I'm from the suburbs, and also, again, like, the way that we cheer back home is very much like, yes, let's go. And whenever I went to their first practice, I'm thinking they're gonna be like, yes, let's go. And they're like, yes, let's go. It was such a transition, but like, y'all, I fell in love with those girls. Like, they will forever have my heart. And
Mama Jackson. You definitely their
I feel
mama.
like sister. Like, I hope I give big sister. But one of my cheerleaders ended up calling me mom the other day. I said, oh no. By accident, of course. But I was like, oh no. And so we ended the cheer season. So that was kind of bittersweet. To just really see, like, in that length of time, just to see their growth and their evolution was beautiful. And I'm really glad that I got to experience the season with them, because as much as I felt like they wanted me to, you know, teach them and be like the role model, I learned so much from them too. And shout out to them.
Oh,
Shout out to them, yeah. So that was that. And then also in January, I celebrated 2 years of me having an official business in the DMV. So I also took a leap of faith and I opened up a shop.
If you could zoom in at this point to my lashes.
Oh yeah. Shout out to her lashes done by Ritzy.
Ritzy Beauty Bar.
So yeah, I opened up a shop right here in Alexandria. I didn't know, like one day it just popped up on my timeline and I was like, it's a brand new location. They said that you can have like whatever business you want. I toured it. It was brand new. It was clean. And I didn't know where I was going to get the money from. But we did it. We signed that lease. And God has made a way since. So we're marking 2 years in January. So I'm very, very grateful for my business. And I'm grateful for everybody that supported it, whether you shared a post, whether you got your lashes done by me, whether you prayed over my business. Like, I really, really appreciate all the support. Last thing, I promise.
Why are you racing?
I'm sorry.
We got time.
So make sure. I know you have places to be.
Congrats, Ritzy.
Thank you. Shout out
It's exciting.
To last thing. So when I was in college, I launched a YouTube. Me being me, I'm not a consistent person. I think I had a video. One thing that I can do, like, and I say this in the most humblest way, I can go viral. And it's not even that I'm trying to go viral. So I posted this video. It was this hair company, and it did numbers for like back in the day. This was, I think, like 2014. And I maybe posted 2 videos after that, and that was it. And then everybody's like, you should post. Like, you really that girl. Like, you really be putting me on this stuff. I love skincare. All the stuff that people respectfully are doing now, I've been doing that. So anyway, I just want to like showcase everything that means anything to me, whether that's skincare. I'm a licensed esthetician. I also have a business. I want it to be real, raw, and authentic. I want it to be Natalya. So I relaunched my YouTube and I just dropped my first episode last week. So now this is me putting myself to the test.
In the bio.
Yes, link in bio. Putting myself to the test, whether it comes to Peaches and Cream, whether it comes to my own personal YouTube, just being consistent, because I see the power of consistency. And I think a lot of times we get so caught up in, oh my God, like this has to be this. The aesthetic needs to look this way. And honestly, none of that matters. None of it matters.
It's
all about being consistent and putting yourself out there, and the right person is going to see your content. So that's my hope. That's my hope, is just to be consistent and do what I do and attract the right people. So yeah, those are my sweets for Q1.
Okay. I think my last sweet for quarterly for me is shedding weight. Just physically, mentally, spiritually, all around. I just feel like I've been shedding weight. I've been intentionally and like peacefully walking away from situations that are not serving me, and feeling more confident in like not having to explain my why, just doing it, or lovingly releasing people, you know. India, they had me on a completely vegetarian diet, so I literally lost weight. And because of that diet, like I've noticed physical changes that have happened in me too. Feel like I have more energy, skin starting to like act a little bit better. My menstrual cycle, like less pain. Like I'm just seeing things shift for me. Spiritually, like just releasing things, like forgiving myself and really like releasing things and not carrying stuff. So I feel just like weight coming off my shoulders. Like, I feel like I'm coming out of a cloud that I've been in probably for the last 10 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. I finally like feel maybe like I feel like my 18 self again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked that, Dom.
Yeah, she was nice,
She
like
was
very
a good time.
sweet, like
She loved God.
loved God, loved people. I've never really been like, I need to be around the crowd. I always knew people, but I never felt like I needed to necessarily be in the crowd. But I feel like,
loner.
yeah, like definitely a popular loner. So I feel like I've gotten back comfortable with that versus like the past 10 years, I was doing the popular thing, and it was very draining for my spirit because I wasn't being true to my authentic self in order to be in certain spaces. Whereas now, I'm just more comfortable with like just doing what works best for me. Like sometimes I can be in a crowd, but I do spend a lot of time alone, and I'm okay with that too. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I feel that 30 energy coming up under me because it's just like the realizations, like especially being when I was over there. I went and unfollowed quite a few people. One day it just like hit me. We were sitting at a waterfall. We had to be silent for like 2 hours and stare at this damn this doggone waterfall.
And, for 2 hours? That's crazy.
Like, and it just hit me like, girl, why are you still holding on to certain things? Like, why are you? And I knew it was because I'm like, well, if I make that move and I set that boundary, then they're gonna talk about me, or they're gonna think it's because of this, or they're gonna think, and it's like, why are you even debating this right now? Like, none of them people pay your bills, none of them people spiritually pour into you. It's not really a loss in any sense for me. So it's like as soon as I did that, I literally just felt like weight coming off, but I also felt like I was sending a message to the universe that like I'm ready for new.
Yeah.
You know, I'm okay with opening myself to like new relationships, new friendships, new job opportunities. And since I've stepped foot back in DC, it's been flowing.
Okay.
Because I feel like I made it clear, like I'm not doing no more dead weight. For now, we'll see. You know, today, that's how I feel. Like,
might change tomorrow.
I might change tomorrow, and that's why I love tomorrow. But yeah, that's
I like that.
my sweets and peaches and cream.
Yes.
Like I'm really individually, I'm definitely proud of what we're doing in our journey, but putting ourselves out here, I want to first say like thank you to the people that are watching and tuning in and supporting us or showing love in different types of way. This is something extremely vulnerable because me and Natalya have had a private friendship for so many years. Of course, we post here and there on Instagram and stuff like that, or you guys know that for us to be together, but to start sharing these vulnerable conversations, I was nervous, like especially going back to Megan and B. Simone. Like it is not my desire to lose my sister in this journey. So yeah, so I did that. But yeah, like I just I don't. And I don't think any of us will ever really know what happened between Megan and B. Simone. I think they've both done a good job of respectfully giving us a little piece, but also like still respecting whatever their friendship meant to them. And so I'm just proud of us for putting ourselves out there, being willing to do it and let it flow whichever direction it goes, not putting too many expectations on it. Because there's been some challenges along the way. And,
I think even in our past, and I'm not going to touch too deep, but again, we're both individuals, and I think autonomy matters. So Dom has attracted friends, I've attracted friends, and we have experienced like our friends trying to intervene, and they're like, I can't be friends with just one of y'all. And it's like, yes, you can. No one said we are not conjoined at the hip. Like if you want to be friends just with Dom, go ahead. If you want to be friends with just Nat, go ahead.
Okay.
It is okay. We're not going to take it offensively.
It is okay. Please stop calling me. Stop texting me. Just kidding, but I'm not.
I'm going to move on.
No, for real, autonomy. Though. Like, if you're watching this, please give us autonomy. Like, if you send out an invitation, don't tell me. And Nat, like, she is separate. I don't know her schedule. I don't know what she got going on, and vice versa. Like, I would appreciate if people like respect the autonomy. Obviously, we have the peaches and cream.
Right.
You know, you'll see us together, but that is a bit of a pet
I will
peeve.
say it is a pet peeve. I feel like now with the newness around us, I think the new people that we've been introduced to, or friends, like collective friends and individual friends, like they give us that.
They do.
But
yeah,
I will say there were some squares in the circle in the past that didn't do that. And they've physically, verbally said this to me with their mouth. Like, I can't just be friends with Natalya. I feel like I have to be friends with Dom. And it's like, but no one ever said that. Like, my number, we don't share the same phone number. We don't share anything. Like, she has her own thing, I have my own. But I say all that to say it's beautiful that we can have this platform. And these are conversations that we've had as far as like, well, what if it gets to a place where this platform becomes too much? Like, our friendship is too much.
Comes in between.
Yeah, like we will pick our friendship over this platform any day. So, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, we just want to thank y'all for tuning in and supporting us on this journey. It's also for us. Like, we want to look back and see where we came from. And
I want my daughters.
Yeah.
My kids.
Like, I see a lot
this.
of talk about, like, oh, there's not enough positive women. And we want to be that. Like, not all women are like Sexy Rez. Like, there are Natalya and Doms out here. So you can be all those things. And yeah, I hope that one day my daughter can look at this platform and really respect me as a woman and look at me as a role model. And my cheerleaders, just whoever watches this, I want to create platforms where anybody can watch it. And it's not raunchy and derogatory and stuff like that. But yeah. Shout out to Peaches and Cream.
Shout out to Peaches and Cream.
Yes.
Shout out to Peaches and Cream. Okay, y'all, let's finish off.
Yes, let's do it.
What you listening to right now? What's in your ear? What's in your ear? What you listening to, girl? Because I know right now, Big Glow. She been getting me all week.
Hallelujah.
I'm like,
my girl, hallelujah.
She really did her thing with that album.
She did.
I've been enjoying it. It's a great album to work out to, I believe.
I really liked, I can't remember the name of the song, but it was a song where she was just talking about how she wants unity for all women. And she said, like, she's talking about JT, she's talking about Nicki and Cardi. Yeah. That's probably one of my favorite songs on there, aside by, the one with Megan, of course, is number one. But I would say two is that one.
I also like the Finesse remix.
Yeah, you do like that song.
Yeah, that's a good pump me up workout song.
And then Future, what was that song? Oh my gosh, Type Shit. That's my song. I have a little bit of toxic still in me, so I do enjoy Future. And that song gets me going every time. And for my Christian girls.
For my Christian girlies.
Corin Hawthorne. She dropped an album in February. I really like that one. If I really need a cry, I put on that song Cry by Corin. And it does it for me every time.
Quietly.
Quietly.
Let's see what else. Okay, if you're into like meditations, Little John, he has a meditation album. Okay. It was pretty good. He kind of goes through like the different chakras and like just being present. And then this song called Everything Works Out by Christian Ahmed and Londrell. It's an affirmation song, so I play it in the morning. It just repeats over and over again. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. The way it's supposed to. Yeah, that gets me up in the morning.
I also have been really a fan of that Mexican OT. Maybe one thing I will never disassociate from is Texas. Like, I will support every single Texas artist. So if you don't know who that Mexican OT is, I suggest you go listen to him. He wear his cowboy hats. Like, he just is that guy. And Tyler, like, make me sweat.
Oh yeah, make me wet. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I got a good Christian one. This girl named Madison Ryan Ward, familiar? I think I sent it to you. She's a white girl. It's like neo soul like Christian music, but it was a nice vibe. Highly recommend.
Yeah. Well. And that concludes the episode.
You're tuned in.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
Share with a friend.
Comment your sour and sweet in the comment. And let us know if you have any suggestions for topics you want us to talk about on the next upcoming episodes, please feel free to share.
Okay. That sounded good. You covered everything. I second everything that she just said. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Mwah.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it.